Hello, everyone, and it is time for another character trailer reveal. Sooner than I thought, actually, but what is it, for Gamescom?
I actually didn't know there was a convention associated with it, but that makes sense.
Yeah, I could have sworn the teaser had like Gamescom on it, the teaser that they put out last night, so we should probably touch on that. You said there was teasers. I only saw one teaser, and
Well,
it
I
looked
didn't
like.
actually see the teaser. I saw a headline saying, "Could Ed Boon be teasing the Joker?" And then I
Hmm.
fucking closed the window. That's all I did. I didn't read anything beyond that.
Okay, so you don't even know what the teaser image was.
I have no clue what it is
Alright, well, then
now.
yeah, I won't even spoil that for you. I saw it on Facebook. Um, but beyond
We'll
that,
go into that for sure afterwards, I imagine.
yeah, sure, sure. Okay, well, here's the deal. Just keeping it real with everyone. I know who the characters are. I have not watched the trailer, but I had it spoiled by IGN. They had it on their, on their front site. Of course, they have the character names on the actual video title. So, I mean, once you name the character that's being revealed, it's kind of there's no getting around that. Like, if it's in the title, I'm obviously going to see that. There's no way.
It's sort
But
of a done deal.
yeah, they're not really interested in that, which is strange. But I mean, I guess they're going to look more for clicks, so they just want to put character names in there, hoping to get people to bite. But so I know who the characters are. I've not watched the trailer. I've seen like a screenshot that's about it, and that's just the little thumbnail image that obviously I had to scroll by as well. Um, Other than that, yeah, I'm going in blind. I don't know what the characters look like or anything like that. So still a lot of impressions and thoughts and reaction from me. And then for Temp, on the other hand, he doesn't know who the characters are, other than that tease, and so yeah, he's going in completely not even knowing who the characters are. So as usual, like we try to do, and real quick, we'll do what we did last time before the Blue Beetle and Wonder Woman reveal. We'll say who we think they are. In my case, I will skip that part, and then we'll say who we'd like it to be. Because I mean, obviously, I'm pulling for my characters. Temp is pulling for his characters. So right off the bat, who do you think is revealed?
I mean, it sounds like the hints are pointing at the Jokers, and any hint for the Joker could also be construed to be a hint for Harley Quinn.
Sure.
So I honestly wish I had not seen the hints, but because if I hadn't, this would not have been my guess. But I'm going to guess Joker and or Harley Quinn.
Okay.
Let's assume the other character is not a Joker-esque character. I would say Harley Quinn before Joker. Honestly, I think they would reveal Harley Quinn before Joker. So Harley Quinn,
Okay.
and for the other character, I would guess the Flash,
Interesting.
because I unfortunately know that some people were underwhelmed by the reveal. And if I think of a character who's underwhelming and not the Joker or Harley Quinn, not to say they're inevitably underwhelming, but if I had to guess, I would say the Flash. I think that's a Flash that would generally not get people too excited unless his gameplay was just ridiculous,
Sure.
which I imagine it would be. I think they knew people were underwhelmed by his gameplay in the last game. I feel like some people were underwhelmed by Green Lantern's gameplay in the last game. So I feel like those are two characters they're going to jump to 11
Right.
with a gameplay. So, but I don't think that's a character people are anticipating. So I'm going to guess Harley Quinn and the Flash.
Interesting. You're
Or,
going.
but
You're
yeah,
going with the like you're thinking they're going to reveal two returning characters.
I think so. Honestly, I didn't even think about it. It never even occurred to me that those
Because
are
yeah,
two
they've kind of kept
recurring.
a pattern up until this point of a returning and new each time. I mean, the initial reveal and the last reveal was returning and new. I wonder if they keep up that pattern.
If it's not a returning character, the only person I can possibly think of that the hints can indicate is Red Hood. Because if you hit the
Interesting.
Joker, you could indirectly hint Red Hood. But man, I want to say Joker and Harley Quinn, but that would be sick though if they make a reveal trailer and it's the Joker and Jason Todd. That'd be like that's actually really
Hmm.
fucking smart. Like that's really
That would
smart
be a
shit.
nice little combo.
That'd be a
Um,
brilliant
okay,
combo.
so
But
now
yeah.
characters that you want it to be.
In retrospect, when I was looking back at my Injustice list, Talia was my number one. That seems a little too high, even though I do really like that character. I think when you come down to characters who have the most interesting relationship with Batman, Talia is my number one. I think the number one character, even more so than Talia, even more so than probably Blue Beetle, is the Spectre. I think he'd be the one character Like especially if we get Kingdom Come pantsless Spectre, that would be sick.
Yeah.
So, Spectre's probably my number one. Blue Beetle is a contender to main, but everyone's going to be all up on Blue Beetle's nuts. But I said that about Sub Zero and MKX, and
Yeah,
I
I don't.
was for the most part wrong about that.
I gotta disagree though. I mean, Blue Beetle is popular, but with a game just jam packed with popular characters, I don't think that's gonna be true. I mean, you're talking about a game that's almost filled with Sub Zero and Scorpions. You know, like I feel like what I mean by that is I feel like MK, you have a higher contrast of really popular characters and not so popular, and then you have some middle ground ones, of course. Whereas in superheroes, I feel like the ones that are going to be making this game are less in contrast. I feel like most of them are going to be your A and B tiers that people get really excited for and want to play.
Yeah, that's true. I think that given up with Blue Beetle it's sort of like why do people like Venom and Carnage so much? And I think it's the symbiote. I don't know if people actually care about Eddie Brock or Cassidy. I think they just like the idea of the symbiote. And Blue Beetle is kind of like DC's interpretation of the symbiote in a weird way. It's an alien force that makes you, that can change the form of your limbs into blades and in
Right.
this case electronics and shit. I think that is there's something like it's like a Carl Jung archetype almost that draws people in. So I think Blue Beetle's going to win the hearts of many people. And it's just design. Like before I even knew who Blue Beetle was, I saw the design. I'm like, oh my god, that is a badass looking character. And that's kind of been the foundation of my love for Blue Beetle ever since.
Right.
So you're definitely right. In terms of status, Blue Beetle is certainly nothing special. But when he turns his arm into a mace, it's hard not to fucking,
Yeah.
it's hard not to swoon.
All right. So we have Spectre and who was the other?
Talia.
Talia. All right. And then for me, I have to stick with the two that I've been pulling for the most. I mean, I'm really happy with this roster, but Dr. Fate, we have his, helmet on a t-shirt. What does that mean? Is it possible that he's actually in? They've been adding very, high demanded fan demanded characters. And I just, obviously he's one of my favorite characters. I think he looks really cool and he'd be a lot of fun. So he'd be obviously one, and Katana would be another. I think she would be a lot of fun. So yeah, I've expressed a lot of that in the past too. But yeah, those two would be my top two that I'm still really hoping going into this that we get revealed. Okay, well, let's watch this video.
Let's do it. Click on 3.
It's just the loudest shit goes by.
Yeah, it sounds like there's like an 18-wheeler with a helicopter inside it.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, let me select it here. Okay. So, on 3, yeah. I'll just do 1, 2, 3, and that's when we start. So,
Cool.
without further ado, 1, 2, 3.
Okay. So far, everything's pretty much the same. Okay, yeah.
Harley, you're losing control.
She looks...
I like her.
Hmm.
I like her.
Oh,
Oh, that face looks good. Her face model looked really good. Oh, and she looks like a lot of fun. Different
damn.
outfits. Oh, I'm loving the customization.
I kind of like the face from the original a little better, honestly. But
Oh,
this
man,
one probably is closer to the cartoon.
I think she looks really beautiful. Very good
Alright, let's see
modeling.
the second character. Deathstroke?
That's Deadshot.
Deadshot! Oh, okay, I did not recognize him. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I'm imagining he's gonna play like a mix of Jackie and maybe Aaron Black with all the guns, you know, like the wrist mounted guns and all of that.
Yeah, no, I can absolutely see that. His voice even sounded like uh, Slade. It sounded like Slade when he talked. So I was thinking, I'll admit, I was actually very surprised by that. I was not expecting Deadshot. Harley Quinn. The face looks good, but I was actually telling the other guys this the other day. I think I was telling Redman the other day and Smoke Man that when they change something that's noticeably very very different, it's distracting. It's a different face. It doesn't look bad, but it's a completely different face from the last game.
Yeah, I mean,
It is a bit distracting.
I don't
She
know.
kind of looks like the oldest sister from Full House.
I like it though. I think it looks really good. Like this is what I think of when I think of Harley. I don't know. I just kind of dig it. I like the very, like just going into the details when she goes to the clash with Wonder Woman. I like I like the hair colors. I like the goggles on her head. I like the very like soft touch to the paint on her face. I like it's the white face paint, but I mean it's very, you kind of see some of the skin color showing through, which I think is great. I'm not a big fan of just pure white like that. I like the idea that it's kind of, it's like realistic looking. You can kind of see some of the paint or the skin coming through. I like her eyes look really good. The paint around them with the blue and the red on each side to match the hair colors. I mean, this is the modern Harley that we have in the comics, and she looks really really good in my opinion. She's got the jackets that she's had like in the Suicide Squad movie. She's got one that looks more kind of like her Arkham Knight attire, which they show in there, and then they show her with very short shorts. I'm going through all this, I'm cycling through the customization thing. Sleeves, I love the headdress. The old it's kind of like in the last game they had that same kind of classic looking headdress, but it droops down like that. I think that's really, really cool, and the face paint looks even more kind of like beautiful there. I don't know, it just looks really good, and I like the corset. There's just a lot to love, in my opinion.
I do love the colored highlights on the ponytail look really good. The character model design does look really good. In terms of the physical costume, as in the literal wardrobe, I think the costume looked a lot better in the last game. I loved the sleeveless trench coat thing she had going. It looked really good. That is missed. I'm trying to get a read on the gameplay as well, but I guess we'll get to that a little later. For now, the design, something's not clicking with me. It doesn't look bad. I don't know what it is, but something about the face is distracting, and I think a lot of the elements I liked about her old design are gone. So I'm a little. I don't say it looks bad. It does not look bad. It looks really good. But
let's initiate a screen share here, and we'll go a little bit more in depth. Let's see. Oops, I think you're seeing the wrong screen. Which screen are you seeing?
It's actually loading, so I got a gray screen with a circular.
Never mind. Hold on. Change screen sharing. There we go. Okay. I don't know. I think her face looks tremendous.
It's well rendered, but like I said, she looks like the oldest sister from Full House. She looks like, is it Becky?
That's okay.
No, it's not bad. I don't. It's hard. It's not bad. It's not to my personal taste.
Like that looks like Harley to me. That is
the round face is more akin to the cartoon for sure.
Well, yeah, it's rounded on the cheeks, but then it comes more to a point at the chin, and it's a soft chin, but it comes more to a point down there. The lips, the little whatever the hell you call that, everything. I think it all looks really, really good. Like that has to be. Face-wise, I feel like hers has to be one of the better ones. Like that just, to me, that does not look That is not Tim Curry. That is miles
No.
beyond Tim Curry.
I didn't think the first Injustice Harley Quinn was Tim Curry. I thought she looked good.
Yeah, she did. I agree with you completely. I'm just saying, in my
Yeah.
opinion, I honestly think this looks like one of the best female faces they've ever created, and it's good because I mean, I don't know, it just fits, and it fits the whole thing. Just really works for me. The hyenas are great, of course, but yeah, just sticking with just purely design. I love this headdress, and once again, her face just looks really, really good with that.
Yeah, the outfit is very akin to the actual Suicide Squad film too. So
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Is the screen share working?
Oh yeah, no, I can see everything.
Okay. But yeah, that's kind of like her headdress that she wears in the Assault on Arkham. Let's see. There's just so much personality with this character, and I think they're capturing it well. I don't know, like that's just like that almost looks like a pouty but crazy fucking face. Like she's but I mean that's what Harley is. She's somebody that you feel sympathetic. She looks very innocent, but she's also batshit insane, and I think that face really captures that.
Yeah.
She honestly, now that I think about it, she looks kind of like Michelle Pfeiffer right here, like Catwoman in
The eyes,
The
dude.
Dark Knight
the
Returns.
Eyes, the nose for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, like if you put like the Catwoman Dark Knight Returns outfit on her, yeah, it looks very much like. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's really good. I mean, especially if we're comparing it to like the same game, Supergirl's face. I wasn't too hard on Supergirl's face. You were you weren't a fan.
That was pretty harsh, yes.
But I thought it looked okay. This, in my opinion, is well beyond okay. This is good to great, I'd imagine.
It's far better rendered for sure, and Supergirl's face was not so much.
But no,
Like
you
Harley
just
Quinn
get
looks like
lot
a healthy woman. Like fucking Supergirl looked like a coked out like 40-year-old.
But no, I'm digging what we see here. She just looks very much like you'd expect Harley to. I'm not too worried about the actual wardrobe, the way the pieces are laid out, because with all the customization, there's gonna be plenty to love for everyone. So
Yeah.
that I'm not too worried about. But I don't know. I think it looks good, and her gameplay looks like a lot of fun. She uses her hyenas, which is a great little callback to the animated
cartoon.
series.
They're the babies.
Yeah, and then the baseball bat is a welcome addition because she's uses that more and more. The mallet looks great. We saw the guns return from the little gun special where she drops on the ground and shoots up. Return from the first one. Yeah, I don't know. I'm digging it. I like what her super looks like, where the hyenas are attacking. She just walks up and just waffles you with the bat.
I guess I'm middle of the road in this one. I'm very middle of the road on Harley. It's not bad. I can't really disagree with anything you're saying. Just there's a magical something about her last appearance that is not translating, and I'm having trouble articulating what it is.
Oh. All right, well, let's move on. Oh, we still got her. Let's move on to Deadshot. Yeah, let's freeze on that.
I saw the
smiley
knife,
face.
and I was like, oh, okay, it's Slade. And then, what? Like...
She just looks way more realistic.
She does look really good there, yeah.
New Harley, same crib.
Well, I knew right away that it was Deadshot just based on the eye. Because Deathstroke has his mask where it's like split down the middle, whereas Deadshot is the one with one side with the glowing eye, kind of like Kano.
You're right, but I was thinking, but if that's not Deathstroke or Red Hood, I can't think of anyone else it could possibly be. Then you said Deadshot, and I'm like, oh. So,
Why is that bad?
well, no, it's not. It's not bad at all. It makes me worried because he does look a lot like Deathstroke, and I feel like Deathstroke really ought to be one of the staples. And people, before Deadshot, people were already complaining that Red Hood was a redundant Deathstroke, and vice versa. A lot of people did not want both of those characters, and we got a character who resembles both, but is neither. So it's nothing, again, really, honestly, Deadshot has very little to do with the problem. Deadshot is not the problem at all. It's just, 3 gun characters with blades.
If we're getting a larger roster, though, it's not impossible.
Oh yeah, if it were me, I would not have a problem with it. This might be the first character they've revealed where I would say this guy probably would not have made my roster. I don't think I would have included Deadshot.
But that's kind of why I like his inclusion, because without the Suicide Squad movie, we probably would not have gotten him. So he's a character
Sure.
that, we with like MK, there's certain characters that you always seem to get, or even Injustice, we know like 3/4 of the roster is probably likely to return just based on their popularity and their status as a character, iconic wise. So Deadshot needed all the help he could get, so this may be his one and done for the series.
Yeah, that's true. And I think Red Hood's a lock anyway, so I'm not
Yeah.
too worried.
He seems to be purely. I mean, he's got a knife like for short range combat, but I mean, he's mainly using his wrist mounted.
Sick.
What's that?
When he turns around, his gun falls back down. He shoots from behind. That's just really awesome.
But yeah, he seems to be using mainly, from what I can tell in his gameplay, mainly the wrist mounted guns, which seem to be more shorter to mid range. So it's certainly possible we see variations based on the other characters that use guns. I don't know.
Yeah, if all 3 are in, I'm happy. Like that, there's no issue. And I don't want to take away from Deadshot either. He does look good. Like he again, he's not my pick. There's a lot of characters I would have preferred, but I agree that this is his moment. There was never a better time to bring him in.
Right. Which is why they timed it this way. I mean, it makes sense to show him off here. Like I said, you might as well ride that well, not even really the bandwagon, but you might as well ride the promotion train of Suicide Squad and have Deadshot revealed for the game. So that makes sense. And if we get like a roster of 28 or 30, I mean, I think it's reasonable to have him come in for a game. And like it said, you can still do, if you can have Aaron Black and Jackie, he's going to be the Jackie. Deathstroke and Red Hood would be more like an Aaron Black anyway, so. Because he's playing very much like Jackie, it looks like. So.
Yeah, I'm having trouble getting a read on his gameplay, really.
He's all about trick shots, it looks like, which is interesting.
A lot of his stuff is super up close, though, so I'm trying to think. That's still sick. I still think that's so sick. I mean, Deadshot, even with seeing the movie, I still know so little about this character.
New Harley, same crazy.
But props to NetherRealm for surprising me. I did not see this coming. I'm genuinely surprised. I feel like I probably should have seen this coming. I mean, Harley and Deadshot, maybe 2 weeks ago, would have seemed like the most obvious thing in the world. I don't know. I was pretty convinced it was going to be Joker and Harley Quinn.
Oh, and it's worth going back to what we were discussing at the beginning, is it's another returning character, new character.
Yep.
So pretty cool.
Yeah, super cool.
You get your kind of dose of like the popular character that you hope returns, and a new character that wasn't a guarantee. That's really cool. They've stuck to that pattern. I hope they keep doing 2 character reveals like that, at least where applicable. So.
Well, on a cast of 28 characters, that means 14 returning, 14 new.
I would not be surprised if we got more than 28 at this point. They keep boasting about it, like, and the fact that we're seeing, and normally I would just say that's just hype. They always do that kind of crap. But in this case, with the returning moves, I think there's a reason for that. I think there definitely is a reason for why we're seeing some same normals from the characters, as well as some combos returning and special moves, etc. Because I think they're just adding on. They're not trying to start from scratch and rebalance a whole new game. They are making new character models for the most part, but the gameplay they're adding on to what they had before, and then adding a higher roster because of it. And this time it doesn't look like they're doing variations or anything like that. They're doing the whole armor system, but that's not something you really have to balance per se. I mean, there's obviously some little modifiers there, but it's not like you're trying to basically balance 3 versions of the same character across a whole roster.
Yeah, you nerf the one customization if it's overpowered.
Right.
You don't nerf the entire character.
So yeah, I mean, I think it's certainly reasonable to think that we're getting. I would say 28 is a good kind of like at least, and I think I would be happy with 28 at least, but I would not be surprised if we get 30. So I'm thinking that's probably where it's going to fall around.
I think with Injustice especially, you need to get as many as you can and as quick as you can. I've really soured over the idea of DLC over the last couple of years. I really want the initial rosters to be as big as possible right now. At least for the NetherRealm games. I don't necessarily feel that way about Street Fighter. I think the smaller roster was a better way to go for Street Fighter V. And the game was better because of it. I do not feel that way with Injustice, so... Yeah?
I just like this part where she beats on the person and then just walks away like doo doo doo.
Yeah, it's kind of like the that's all folks kind of Warner Brothers walk away.
She's got her cool trick shots too, like her little behind the back.
I guess that's her win pose,
Oh.
I imagine.
Yeah, that would make sense.
She stole Striker's win pose.
Except for it doesn't blow up your TV. They probably got a lot
Sure.
of complaints.
No,
A lot of-
that's
A lot of
that's
broken
expensive.
TVs. Oh, that was cool. The hyena does a little roll. That's just fun.
There's the hammer, of course.
She's just a lot of fun. She's just a fun character. She adds a lot of personality to the game. So.
New Harley, same crazy.
Yeah, the
Custom
pigtails,
intros. What's that?
the pigtails, like the visual effects, like the hair looks like hair, which I feel like KI has not done a good job of yet. I feel like this game up until now had not done a really good job of that yet. Tekken, I think, is the only fighting game that does like faces and hair consistently well over and over again.
Same crazy.
Now, graphically, it looks unbelievable.
Yeah, it looked really good. And
It's
we're looking
still-
at a 720 version of it too, so 720p.
It's still worrisome though, because if you cross your eyes, that could be that could be Deathstroke, Deadshot, or Deathstroke. If you cross your eyes, there's almost no way to tell, and that
Well-
worries me. For me, it's not a problem. I'm afraid that is gonna hurt either Deadshot or Deathstroke or both. That's what worries me.
Maybe. I mean, they said we're gonna get character cameos through customization. What do you think of Deathstroke being a customization?
I've never been a fan of that concept. Remember, 5 years ago, I was the guy who said Kuai Liang and Bi-Han needed to be separate characters. Obviously, I lost that war, and I lost it hard. I've never been a fan of doing stuff like that. I believe if you're going to make a character a costume, you demean that character. Even though Mournful is my preferred katana variation, there's no denying that it demeans both Jade and katana at the same time. And robbed katana of a variation, and it shoehorned in Jade in a way that pleased no Jade players. So, I don't know. I generally am not a fan of doing stuff like that, but I'm at the point where I'm like, I will take it. If that's what it comes down to, I will settle. That's the way I was with the cyborgs until I found out they were Triborg, and they weren't even doing that. Like, I was okay with merging all the cyborgs together as long as they were still Cyrax, Sector, Smoke. And we didn't even get that.
Right.
So that's kind of how I feel about making Power Girl, Supergirl, and vice versa. I just generally think that is a last resort. That is an absolute last resort when you cannot put the character in the game. I don't like making that the rule. I like making that the exception.
Yeah, I don't really necessarily disagree there. I don't know. I'm digging it.
I like it enough. Like, I do want to give mad props to NetherRealm for pacing out the reveals so well. I don't think we'll get... I imagine we will get one more reveal trailer before the year's over. and that's it.
What do we got? September, October, November, December? I'd say one or two, yeah. I would say at least one, but I wouldn't be surprised if we received two. If we're dealing with a bigger roster, that means they might have a little bit more to play with, so to speak.
But it sounds like our cries were heard. When I was complaining about characters being revealed in magazine pics, when I was bitching about Smoke being revealed in the fucking King of the Hill avatar, I think our cries were finally being heard on that. Like, give us trailers. If you believe in your characters, hype them up. Make them roll out the red carpet. I could never figure out why they didn't do that with the previous game.
Right.
Other than magazine contracting and sold exclusives and shit like that, I think they know better now. And at least every sign shows they do.
Yeah, let's hope. I mean, these trailers are really cool, and just a nice little introduction to the character to show them off a little bit and give you, a tease of their supers, shows their intros, their outros, gives you a little bit idea of what their customization will be like, their gameplay snippets. Definitely cool quick little 1-2 punch of the two characters that are revealed. So I'm digging it, and yeah, let's hope we get some more. But I'm digging it. I mean, Harley, we both knew was very, very, very likely to be in the game. So I think she looks great. I'm happy to see her. I think the customization will help with any, if you're wanting other costume type, arrangements for her. Gameplay looks fun. They're adding on to what she had in the first one, so adding some more iconic elements like the hyenas and the baseball bat, and she's full of personality as usual. I mean, look at this picture. She's just looks so sad. You just want to hold her in your arms and tell her everything's gonna be all right. And then she turns into like that. That's when you know. That's when you know you're gonna get it.
It's unsettling. It's truly unsettling. It's one of the selling points of Harley Quinn.
And that's when you know you done fucked up. That's where she makes your life a living hell. There's a range of emotions here.
I like that last one. That last one was good.
Oh,
yeah, it's just the rainbow of feelings. I like it.
Look at how sad. Uh-oh.
That one's not so great. Gotta be honest with you. We should probably move on from that one. Oh, there, it's coming. There's the anger. There's the rage. Oh, that's not so bad.
That's just pure sleep. That's like bliss, mid-orgasm.
Yeah, yeah. That's she's getting there. She's climbing that peak.
There she's blowing you a kiss or doing the duck face.
Harley Quinn would do the duck face. I think that's.
She would. She would have been part of that craze. There you go.
I'm looking at other photos we have. Oh wow, that's a GIF. That's never mind. I'm trying to get more footage to see if we can get some stills. Because apparently there was 17 minutes of demo footage.
With what?
With Injustice.
Like this trailer?
I think no, just all the characters. Like the. So I'm trying to get a picture of the select screen. See if we can get that in the chat.
Okay, so there was more than just the trailer?
Well, there it is now. Here, I'll send you the link. God, these stills look really good, though. There's only 3 of them, but they look really good. I'm trying to find a picture of the select screen. That's the Event Hubs article I'm looking at momentarily. Okay, I guess nothing to really write home about. But they do show the select screen.
Okay, the 17 minutes. Gotcha. Interesting.
I want to see what Blue Beetle's... He does a Mortal Kombat uppercut. That's tight. Oh, look at his face! His fucking face! Are you watching this?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm watching the video, but it's in like the first 15 seconds, and Blue Beetle's face when he gets shot is just hilarious. It's good stuff. I laughed.
All right, well let's wrap up this video.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Looks cool. Yeah, I mean, just another new character, another returning character, some good stuff, some good gameplay, and awesome visuals, looking good. And it'll be interesting to see how the whole roster shapes up at the end, but so far I'm still liking it. So
Yeah, no complaints. Honestly, no complaints. This is interesting, actually. Very surprising. I did not expect Deadshot. I should have expected Deadshot. I'm feeling kind of silly for not expecting it. Nothing bad. I think Deadshot looks good overall. Nothing I can really latch onto. Harley has never really been one of my favorite characters, but it's always interesting to see how they approach her, how they bring her into the fray. There's very interesting ways you can approach Harley Quinn. Right. Deadshot is just so foreign to me. I don't really have too much to really add, unfortunately, but good stuff. I give mad props to NetherRealm for the pacing of the reveals. So far, so good.
All right. See you later, guys.
Later.